Kat Tat visits Chicago to try to help get 9mag together and things get a little wild. Tune in if you want the story. It's up next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
How you about to bust a rap right quick?
Y'all know what we here for.
We only live for the good times.
Hey, we're gonna let this play a little bit.
Might catch a flight out to Canada. Go pop me some bottles with JJ.
Shout out to
I do
Four.
not wait for a payday.
Shout out to
What you make in a
Four.
year took me
Hey,
8 days.
it's a Black Ink celebration.
It is.
Hey.
You know how to don't let me do it.
Feel awkward dancing.
We had to open it up before. We had to open it up before this episode.
What's up, everybody? We are your panel for the Black Ink Crew Chicago review. I am your girl, Carmen Cameron, and you can find me on Instagram at Carmen Cameron.
What's up, guys? I'm El Marie. You guys can catch me on Instagram and on Twitter at El Marie TV.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm Nakia Monet. You can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom. And if you guys are in the live chat, come talk to us. If you guys have some questions for Kat, let me know and I'll give her the question.
Yes.
Oh, don't take it too hard on me, guys.
We have a
Easy.
very special guest in the building today, the one and only Kat Tat. What's up, Kat?
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for
happy
coming
to
to
finally
give
be here. I'll be watching y'all reviews all the time.
Yeah.
I'll be
That's
feeling
what's
some
up.
type of way sometimes, but it's cool, you know.
You know,
Happy to be here.
We a family. We a family.
family,
We gotta, you know.
Well, with that being said, this episode, it got real. Or we're trying to figure out how real it actually got, how much was illusion and how much of it wasn't. And you know we have to ask you the hard questions because the fans are waiting to know. So,
Right.
And you can give your side.
keep in the spirit of the episode, I saw a lot of brown dark flowing.
Hey.
So I'm thinking let's go ahead
Yes.
and we're gonna bless this bottle.
Perfect.
That's
That's
how we do
right.
it. I
That's
know
how
y'all
we do
do
it.
it. Shut down. That's how we do
That's
it.
how
Get the
ladies-
vibes going.
It's you know when it comes to dark liquor, it's hard for you to kind of not tell the truth, and we want the truth.
Truth,
We
Sarah.
want to ask the hard questions.
Nothing but.
You know what I'm saying? When
Go
the
ahead, pour your own poison. You feel me?
when the in the system ain't no telling if I did some.
You know, I go heavy on the bottle, so I don't want to.
No,
Well, I like
yeah,
it.
no.
It's okay.
We'll leave the rest right here.
It's good to have a
Okay.
heavy hand when
Right.
pouring liquor. I
Yes.
always believe this. So let's pour it up in spirit of the episode.
Right, let's,
It's like we're at the
I
lake
need a
house.
mixer.
Some
You
chasing
may
me
not.
too. No,
Okay.
I do. I do.
There you go.
It's like we're at the lake house.
Oh boy,
I'll take a
good old lake house.
Can't
We'll,
think I
we'll
know
leave a
what
little
it is.
extra in case it gets thick.
Yes.
We need a little re-up. We have it there. Okay, now.
Let's go. Thanks, girl. It's a party. Thank you.
Whew, are y'all ready? Like we already get into the drama.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, ladies.
Black
Cheers
Ink
to-
for Chicago.
Yes.
My neck. Let's do it.
Some good tea.
Okay.
That's delicious.
This week, Kat, we see you visit Chicago.
Yes.
Now, you have just recently moved to LA. You're starting your life over. You've got your own new shop in LA. You're a very progressive businesswoman.
Thank
And
you.
you're visited, let's backtrack a little bit. You were visited by Danielle, who's been your best friend since the 6th grade.
Yes.
How did you feel, because fans would like to know, when she kind of attacked you about you showing your guy a little intimacy in the club?
You know, in the moment, I'm like, she's tripping. Like, she's fully tripping right now. Let me have my little moment. I wasn't thinking about Danielle at that time. You know, she popped up on me or whatever. So I'm like, cool, you gonna come along for what we got going on? Because
Right.
as you know, I've been friends with her for so long. I've been the third wheel so many times with her and Terrence. You know, and Danielle has seen me like go in and out of like the most messed up situations. So for me to actually like, you know, have a moment, like she was tripping, but you know, I gave her that because I'm like, all right, you are going through something. And it was so mild. Like, we made up the next morning.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
spirit.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
like,
you.
We,
Yeah.
we understood what she was going through, but at the same time, we thought it was a little petty that she didn't let you live. Like,
Yeah.
you invited her out on your date, and you shared your night with her and your guy. You know, we are happy for you that you found new love. We just wanted her to take it easy on you a little bit.
And just,
But I like the way you handled it. Like, you're like, you know, boo, I know you like hot Cheetos. I know you like champagne.
Kat's a great friend. The next
Thank
day,
you.
like, what's up, girl?
Yeah, I knew it was just it was one of them drunk moments. And she was
Right.
drinking and got all up in her feelings. I'm like, all right, girl, bye. I hope you
Right.
can get in. Because she took
I
that
said
over
that. I'm like,
home.
so
you
that's
know?
she said too.
we
How's
were
she
like,
getting in the house?
Yeah.
Kat got the keys.
Right. She just gonna sit on the stoop soup
Wait,
by the pool and just
I wanted
wait.
to ask you. So you are now. You're not in Chicago. You're in Los Angeles. What
I am
made
in
you
Los Angeles.
want to come to LA?
You know, to be 100%, it was like, it's like I felt like this opportunity of being on TV and everything as a tattoo artist, like this opportunity, this TV opportunity is so small. You know what I mean? So it's like I want to explore every opportunity and expand it as big as I can go. Wow, we got this TV show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want this opportunity to come and go and then I'm just doing the same thing. Like I would be so disappointed in myself. So I felt like for the time being, like it's the best thing for me to just move out and try to take it to the next level. So that was really what triggered it. And I'm like, I don't have a man right now. I don't have kids right now. I don't have any commitment. I don't know where I want to be based. So let me try things out.
That's what's up.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to LA.
Yes,
Thank
welcome
you.
to LA. So while you're in LA and you're trying to kind of escape, you know, the drama of Chicago, you keep getting phone calls from different people at the shop. Van calls you. Danielle's telling you things are a wreck. They want you to come save the day, kind of. What is the drama at 9 Mag? Like, can you help us understand what's really going on from your perspective,
Right.
between Van and Ryan, and what's really causing this rift?
Well, it goes so deep. I don't want to get long-winded and go on and on and on about it. But to put it in the simplest way is that the four of us, Ryan, Van, Four, and myself, were together long before this TV show. So I think the TV show came along and shook it up in so many ways, you know, and like, I don't know, it just goes much deeper. I think that the TV is what I think is messing it all up, you know, like the egos and everybody's trying to look this way or mad because this person looks this way and this person looks this way. And it's like a lot of people don't even know the truth behind the shop. You know what I mean? It's like we are a collective. We were. Like I separated myself, thank God, because if I was in there, I would be fighting just as hard as Van is for what, you know, the people don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like Van is fighting for the truth to be out there. And, you know, TV's TV, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know
So
if that makes
is
sense.
Ryan, because Ryan never fails to say and let us know that I'm a shop owner. Right? That's how he said it. I'm trying to do my little Van.
You gotta do a Ryan accent.
I'm a shop owner. I love his accent, by the way. But anyway, he's determined to let everybody know that he's really the owner of the shop. And Van is like, no, you're not, bro. You were smart enough to get the LLC for the name. But that does not mean that you run everything that's represented by 9 Mag. What is the truth? What can you tell us about that?
I can be very, very straight up about that. I've worked at tattoo shops before. I paid my dues to be a tattoo artist, right? I've worked in shops where every tattoo that I've done, I have to pay 50% of that tattoo to the owner, right? And that's at all the shops I've worked at. When I made the decision to quit school to become a full-time tattoo artist, Ryan brought me in. You know, he called me and he said, we might be opening up this shop. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, what's up, boss? Like, I got a shop. Woo. We went to dinner. And it was very clear, this ain't that type of shop you've been at. We gonna open this together. And I know you be paying 50% to them, but this ain't that. We gonna have our own lease. We gonna blah, 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 and pay equal amounts to this. And this is 9 Mag, and we are 9 Mag.
Wow.
So we all had individual leases. And we all agreed at that dinner table, 9 Mag, we all got a tattoo. We didn't get this 9 Mag tattoo to, you know, to, like.
Can you show us a tattoo?
Yeah, I
Because
got
I don't think
mine.
I've ever seen a 9
so
Mag.
dope.
Oh, it's dope. It's really cute.
They all got it on their face.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah, they got it on their face. I went to get it on my face, but they're like, no, you're the lady of it. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'll get it on my neck. But so that's what it was. We all had our own leases to the building, Lacuna Artist Lofts, Joey Cacciatore, the owner of the building. And Ryan held the name to, you know, he went and got the business license for 9 Mag LLC. You know, and that was, we young tattoo artists, when we opened 9 Mag, we didn't know about LLCs and stuff like that. So as we progressed, that's when Ryan, you know, got the name and everything in his, and then TV comes along, and now it's like,
At
whoa.
some point, he's trying to.
But
boss
I low key knew what it was from day one, and I knew when, you know, the guys, I feel like, were more naive to it, and Van and Four and Don thinking season 1, like, oh, Kat's not loyal, she's doing this, she's doing her convention. I'm like, y'all stupid, like, y'all going this hard for Ryan's brand, you know what I'm saying? And this is what it's gonna look like on TV.
That's
So-
what I said. I think I said that last episode. I was like, I love seeing Kat because I felt like you're my Kat. You took something and you came out to LA. Even when you were in Chicago, you were upstairs and you opened up your shop. And I was like, I wish that the guys were kind of like that instead of arguing with Ryan over the 9 Mag name.
Yeah.
Let's kind of do something
said,
separate and boss
do your
up
own thing.
while we have the show going.
Right.
So that's why I love seeing you like being independent and doing
Thank
your own
you.
thing.
Yes.
I'm like, girls are just always smart.
So he didn't have the right. He didn't have the right to change the locks. Do you think?
No, not at all. 100%.
I didn't agree with that either. And we had Van in here. Shout out to Van. He gave us a
Hey,
very
Van.
good interview last week. And he felt the same way, that Ryan was just taking his ownership of the name too far and not crediting everyone as a team member who makes the shop important.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's interesting to see where that's going in this episode.
The best way I could put it to break it down and make people understand it is like, you have, say you are renting a spot with 3 people, like
Right.
roommates.
Right.
Right? We were all roommates, including Ryan. You know what I'm saying? And the owner of the property is the owner of that building, Lacuna. We were paying him, not Ryan. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what
that
Van
makes,
said.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
So
Yes.
I give Ryan all props into the idea, and you know, Ryan did have the biggest name in Chicago as a tattoo artist. He did bring us all to that dinner table, but when we started the business, this is what it was. So
was
don't
a
change it now for
collective.
cameras, right?
Right.
I like that.
Well, yeah,
Thank
I
you
had
for
Makes
clearing
sense,
that
right?
up.
Yeah, I had
It's
a
like
feeling
light bulb now.
because
Yeah.
see, every week we deal with are these disrespectful employees,
Right,
or is this an
exactly.
overzealous leader?
Right.
So now we kind of get a little clarity on that.
That's good.
You know, so and then I guess that does explain why, you know, Van was offended by the tour and by the merchandise and him borrowing things that didn't belong to him, as far as like the designs of the T-shirts and things like that, and then selling them without the approval of everyone. Like that's a little selfish.
It's clear now. It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Because as an audience, if you're watching, because you know everything's
Yeah, we all
edited.
look delusional.
Right.
Everybody
Yeah,
looks
it comes
delusional.
off like you're like,
Disrespectful as hell.
wait, like Ryan owns the shop, they're acting crazy, but it's great to hear like your side, Van's side, because it's like, okay, they actually were a collective.
Right.
This was a group thing. So
Right.
I'm happy that you guys are able to let the audience know.
Right.
So you decide, I'm tired of getting these phone calls. They're calling me left and right. The
Right.
shop is going crazy. I'm going to go back to Chicago and I'm going to help get this thing together. And so you suggest that everyone visit your uncle's
Can
lake
we
house.
just say how when you walked in though, that was like the most epic, like
That was awesome.
Yes.
because it was just like
Dog.
the biggest brawl ever.
Ever.
And
Oh my
you're
God.
like,
You coming like,
and they were like, perfect timing.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was really, really happy to see them. I was excited to go back,
Right.
you know, and I feel like I did bring back some of this LA energy with me, you know, like it's
Yeah, it's a
sunshine
very
and all
upbeat
different
place.
vibes
Yeah,
out
it's
here.
When you
positive.
walked in and
So-
the atmosphere was like that, like so stiff, was it like, dang, y'all on the same stuff? Like y'all still fighting? Did you kind of feel that?
It was
Yeah.
kind of disappointing. It was very disappointing, and I mean, it's like when you step outside of it and separate yourself from it a little bit, you realize it's small. Like, what are y'all even fighting about? You know what I mean? So it just looked, everything that they were fighting about was very minuscule to me. Like, y'all still fighting about these sunglasses.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's
and we-
not that
we
serious.
can see your cheerfulness kind of broke up the tension in the room a little
Yeah,
bit, because
yeah.
everybody eased up. Like, what are we doing? Like, this is a little, you know, you can see it. You can see the looks on their faces. Like, oh, she caught us being silly as hell. You know what I'm saying? And while
Yeah.
you're in Chicago, you get flowers from 4.
Oh,
my
four.
God, those
What?
flowers.
Okay, can you break down for the people who maybe didn't catch last season? What is the story of this love triangle between you, 4, and Nikki? Like, was 4 your guy and he cheated on you with Nikki?
See, here's the deal. I've always been like that homegirl type. You know, I got all brothers. I go into working in these all male tattoo shops. So that low key thing and that low key kind of like friend love happens to me a lot, you know, and I feel like, you know, guys might take advantage of that. So previous to the show, 4 and I were seeing each other.
Okay.
Previous to the show. And I would find out about 4 and Nikki previous to the show. You know, so that's why I kind of fell back on 4. And then season 1, I wasn't really feeling 4 because I knew about Nikki, but 4 wasn't really admitting to it. You know what I'm saying? So people are always like, Kat didn't want 4, Kat didn't want 4, now she mad because he blah, blah, blah. It's like, nah, I had been kind of knew about his ways. So then season 2, poof, you know, now niggas his girlfriend. So I'm like, you lying. I'm like, I've been knew all along. You gonna chase me on national TV and now bring, like, now that's your girlfriend. So I felt some type of way. You know, me and Nikki tussled a little bit or whatever that was. And then I leave it alone, and then I get the flowers, and I felt like the flowers was a little slick, another low-key way of him trying to get back on. And I'm like, if I keep this a secret or whatever, be that cool homegirl, it's going to keep happening. So I felt like, sending the flowers back was just I'm done with this homegirl bull. Like,
Now, did you send the flowers back to Nikki? Because the delivery guy was like, "Here, delivery for Nikki."
Oh yeah, I
Did you
sent them.
send
I
it?
sent them.
Did you do it to get under her skin on purpose, or did you do it to let her know, like, look at what your man is doing, or was it like, your man still want me? Like, what was the real sentiment behind sending her those flowers?
It wasn't like your man still want me, but it was just like a
deal with this.
Deal with this. Deal with this because I'm not trying to deal with you, and let's nip it in the bud. Like I wanted to nip that fully in the bud.
Yeah, make him accountable for his
own
actions.
I wanted to be a little petty because me and Nikki, she kind of bought me last season, so I needed my lick back. And I'm
got it back.
That's better than
Because
that's
that's something I would have done. And I was like, that's right, Kat. Because I feel like the way you get a man is when you lose a man. So I was like, you're going to get these red flowers that your boyfriend sent me.
Yeah.
Here you go. So I was like, that's right, Kat.
with hearts and all
this
this other stuff. Like,
It's probably been a long-standing thing that Nikki has probably always maybe just resented your presence because she knows how far back you and Ford go. So
yeah, and I think I'm not gonna lie. I think it was mutual too, because it was the same with me. When she would come around the shopping or whatever, and I felt away. You know what I'm saying? Because I had suspicion. So I think that it was mutual. You know what I mean? And now it's out there, and now I think it's kind of squashed. Like it's.
I have a few questions from people in the chat. From Aunt Brown, he said, "Kat, did you ever worry about how the show was going to affect the tattoo shop?"
Before we got the show, I never, ever, ever thought about how it's going to affect us because I knew that it was an opportunity. And for me, choosing to be a tattoo artist, I knew that I'm going to have to go pretty hard in order to make this a real career. So, us coming together to create 9 Mag was already a big thing because now we are a young black shop in Chicago. So we went from garage tattooing to mama's basement tattooing to this 9 Mag. And then the show came, and I'm like, yes, like, this is it. You know what I mean? Like, we're no longer doing that little tattoo thing. Or you still doing that little tattoo thing? Now we're the artist. You know what I mean? And it was so organic. It wasn't casting calls and putting these people together. So the excitement was,
yes, like you and your homies, like you guys came up with an idea and y'all got on and y'all made it happen. Like congratulations to y'all just for that because it's nothing like a dream come true.
Yes,
so despite all the drama and what people might feed into, that's a major accomplishment.
Yeah,
so,
and
congratulations
that
to
is
you
what
guys.
I saw more than anything.
Right.
So, thank you.
And I want to give you your props too because the Lake House, we saw a lot of positive stuff happen.
Yes.
This episode. I mean, this episode was great. It was like all the tension relief that we needed and then a little extra juice and drama. We'll get to that later, but let's talk about the reconciliation that happens in the Lake House.
Yes.
So we get there and we see that Cobra is still feeling away and Charmaine is still throwing a little teeny bit of shade, But once she goes outside and she starts to get emotional and the word gets around that her father has passed away. Charmaine completely humbles herself and goes and apologizes to her. I thought, what did you guys think about that moment?
I love that. First of all, I love Charmaine.
Yeah.
I love her. But I feel like people like Kat and Charmaine, like you guys have like a certain type of attitude and a certain type of positivity that you guys don't let the drama stress you out.
Right.
So when I seen that literally right when Ryan was like, well, her dad died, Charmaine was like, wait, hold on.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Went right outside and was like, girl, I am so sorry. And it was so humbling. I was like, you know what, Charmaine.
I'm going to start calling her Charm.
Yeah.
She's charming.
Yeah.
That's why she got
every
I call her
episode.
Char.
Char, yeah.
She's so sweet.
charming.
Every episode, I just feel like Charmaine just wants to have a good time and
She
no
does.
drama. So I love seeing her go out and embrace Cobra after they just had a brawl and was like, look, girl, I am so sorry.
Yeah.
I love my dad. Let's hug it out.
Right.
And
Like
then Cobra
she said
gives her
all
the damn
that.
glasses.
Yeah, Cobra's like,
I cried when Cobra gave her the glasses. I literally
I was
tweeted
sitting
that.
there
I'm like, I'm tearing up.
I teared up when...
I get a little...
when Van went and bonded with Cobra because Van's whole thing is family first, and we know that, and he is so loyal to the 9 Mag family. He does not want to see anything happen to you guys. If anything, I feel like he's just more frustrated at Ryan. Like, dude, come back down to earth so we can be what we were.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I get from Van. And so to see him take the nurturing side of his personality and wrap his arms around Cobra, as tough as he can be, it's like he embraces Cobra. He knights her,
Right.
as an official part of the
family.
man.
Tattoo.
And he apologized. Yeah, he
I teared
apologized
up.
for the way that he was talking to her,
Was
like
that
we said. Like,
Yeah,
because
let's
he
talk
was
about
being
that.
kind of disrespectful, you know, and you never, as a man, I don't think you should argue with a woman like that, like ever. And I'm glad that he recognized that and he, you know, took ownership of that and he apologized to her.
Yes,
That was
I
sweet.
agree.
I was like,
Such
oh,
a
man.
stand-up moment, Van.
I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
Kat, I felt like I was like, Kat came back to Chicago, had a plan of like love and positivity.
Yo, I cried.
There
I
was so many
cried.
like great things happening. That you're like, all right, next.
Right.
Who's next? Who's about to make us smile? I loved it.
I'm so corny because I straight up teared up. Like, I didn't want y'all to see me. I was
No,
like,
I was too. I'm a punk. When other people cry, I cry. So
Same.
I'm
Yeah, I
was
teared
like-
up too. I'm not gonna lie. I
yeah,
super
because
teared up.
death is not easy to deal with, especially losing a dad. Like I lost similar to Van. I lost my uncle who raised me as his daughter, and it was so hard to get through. So I really felt for Cobra. Like no matter what she said or done, like I was so proud of everybody, like putting their stuff to the side.
And then that's the worst feeling too. You go through a loss like that and you feel like you don't have anybody, and then you come into all this negativity, and it's like, you know, then it's like, why am I here? Like how she just walked out, she had to be alone.
Right.
It's like I can't take this, and all this is all like so small compared to what I'm going through. You know. So
And big ups to Ryan for inviting her back into the crew and being nurturing, because he could have held a grudge. But he was like, you know what? And he explains it to everybody, like, why is she still here? He's like, she needs us. That's why.
Right.
So that family bond
And
is
if you're
really
familiar
strong.
with the show, we all know why Ryan was
Yeah.
able to have that sympathy
And
for
that's
her.
one thing I can say. Like, you guys are gonna see so many different sides of everybody, but this cast, nobody is like, everybody's got a big heart. Everybody like comes from a different place of love, you know. And I think that's why you get so much misunderstanding and drama on this show, you know. So
Yeah, I get it.
You guys are passionate.
Yeah,
I
I was
love
just
it.
gonna say
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yes.
because when you have all that love, you're very passionate, and then you get frustrated if it's not that love you want. It's not coming the way you want it.
yes.
So yeah.
So how funny is Junior in real life? Because he comes off
I
as
love
really funny
Junior,
on camera.
Junior is my homeboy. Like, before the show and everything, a couple years ago, Junior tatted me. He did this rose.
Oh, nice.
He's an amazing tattoo
He's
artist.
so dope.
But yeah, Junior is like, he's hilarious.
I love
Okay.
it.
I love him too.
Yeah, I love
he's
his
so
little
great.
antics. He's great.
Yeah, he's very, very just authentic and just another good person. Like, he fit right in. Like, he fit right in. I love him.
Junior's
So
great.
is he Knight at 9 Mag? Is Junior 9
Yeah,
Mag?
Junior's definitely not. He got the 9 mag
All right.
tattoo
Oh,
and
yeah.
everything.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what's up.
Yeah.
Official.
Junior was the first
Official.
new
And that's-
member to come in and get the 9 mag tattoo.
And that's what I love, because Van even told Cobra, like, you know, had I had known about it, I would have welcomed you with open arms.
Right.
He's like, we're not hateful. It's not like we didn't want you there. It's just that we didn't know.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I love about you guys. Like, throughout everything, you guys are just like, yo. Once everybody's good, you guys are
Right.
like, come on in the
Right.
mag. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are like a dope family. So
Right. But what you won't do is try us.
You ain't
Right.
gonna try.
What you won't do is try us.
Yeah.
So the party is turning up. When I tell y'all this party is so lit, I was like, damn, I wish I got an invitation. Like, can the review crew get invited? Because look, it's
Listen.
lit at the lake house. It's
Yo.
it's gallons of
It was a good
Henny
time.
going
I
up.
have to say that, and I mean, it's been this way since the day that we opened 9 mag. And I'm telling you, like, I love to tattoo. I try to be as business oriented as possible. But when we get together, like, we don't see cameras. We don't see nothing. We are partying like we here, and
Y'all just have a good
nobody's
time.
watching.
Y'all always have
And
a
that's
good
what
time.
gets us in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Charmaine
don't
said
get
that's
to
what
that
brought y'all
trouble.
together in the beginning. Like, she would
Yes.
get off of work and
Yeah.
come through with a bottle.
That's
and it would just
literally exactly what brought us
Right.
together.
You guys do get in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Speaking
Oh,
of
man.
trouble, let's bring it on into the trouble. Does anybody need any more Hennessy?
Should we do round two?
Should we do round two?
Y'all been
Maybe
sipping
so.
for real?
I'm not out, but I wouldn't mind a little more.
Yeah, if she take a little more, I'll take a little more.
Listen,
And I gotta take a little more. Can't
Everybody gotta take a little more.
tonight everybody is turned up. Everybody is all over the house, passed out, half naked, twerking. They trying to get Van up from his nap,
Jacuzzis.
and you find yourself in the jacuzzi with friends and 4.
Yeah.
First of all, I love Kat, because I love you. Like, got straight to in the jacuzzi. You're like,
You treated him,
well,
girl.
first,
right?
He's trying to play footsies, and you're like, okay,
Like,
can
why
you
you
not?
Like, can you not touch my foot with your toes, please?
And he's like, did you get my flowers? She's like, yeah, I got them weak ass
Right.
flowers. Like, what are
Right.
you doing?
Right. Oh my
You have a
God.
girlfriend.
He's like,
And I love that you called him out on his bullshit in front of
Definitely.
everybody. And that's what I appreciate. Like, you got to keep it real. You're like, you have a girlfriend. What are you doing sending me red roses?
Yeah.
Now, look, I noticed this at the party. I don't know, and I think Kiki caught it too. The party is turning up. you see Ryan like, damn, Kat looking fine. Boom, camera cuts. Camera cuts.
We seen a little.
We seen a little. It was.
Then
it
we
was
saw
like
a little whisper.
We saw a little hug and a little like ear pull that like lasts a little bit longer than
that
the
drunk look
platonic.
too. Like I hope didn't nobody see me. Didn't nobody
Right.
And then I feel like you
that
kind of
guilty
noticed
look.
that the camera was looking at you guys, and you were like, oh.
Yeah, they had that guilty look afterwards. I was like,
You were like, oh, there go that camera.
Yeah.
And then you know everybody's drunk, blah 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 blah, and then Charmaine gets sick. She has to go into the bathroom. Let me in. I gotta throw up.
yeah,
Ooh,
sip on, girl.
here comes Kat with her bathing suit on. Let's just say
looking like
top,
the Joker, like just coming out grinning, all kinds of crazy.
top
Oh my
and bottom
god.
was on
And a towel.
Yes.
And a towel.
And a towel.
and a
Fully
towel.
clothed.
But there was a naked man in the shower that said if his dick is out, it's staying out.
Was he naked though?
Was he?
Was
Was
in the-
he naked though?
Shower.
He said his thing was out.
He said
And if it was out, it
it's
was
out.
gonna
I
stay
said
out.
if it's out.
I was like, what if Kat just happened to walk in and she's like, oh, Ryan, you happen to be naked. And
Right.
then he's like, well, if it's out, it's out.
Well, y'all look like family because Charmaine opened the door while Ryan was
Right.
taking a poop. Like, dog, what's up? And he's like,
Right.
can I get off the toilet? That's some
Right.
straight brother
But
sister
the little,
shit.
that little moment earlier, though, it added to suspicion
That's
of what was
what
going
made
on
us
in the
think.
bathroom.
You know.
So, Kat, you tell us.
Oh wait,
Can you
not wait.
spill any
Not only
tea?
that, but later when you guys start talking, you wanted to have a conversation, and Ryan's like, "Yeah, you still mic'd." That ass was
See,
suspicious as well.
we wouldn't have known anything. We would have just thought maybe y'all was in there talking shit. We knew it was a little flirtation going on.
I said, look at production.
But
catching them outside.
can you clarify
So, yeah.
anything for us about what happened in the bathroom?
You know, that night, the bathroom and like Charmaine was in there when he was taking a shit. I was fucked up. I don't know what that
don't
moment
remember?
was that
Were you
y'all
drinking
saw.
Hennessy?
I was drinking all kinds of Hennessy.
like
That was a
everything.
blur.
I got
Okay.
The night
that.
was a blur. I'm not
You
gonna
did
lie.
say that. They did catch that
was a
on the
blur.
mic. You were like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like there was a lot.
I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie. You know, there might have been a little bit of friendliness going on, but as you continue to watch the season, you'll find out more.
I got you.
You
so
know.
I know last week we saw the little clip, and then going into this week, we were like, "Oh, this is so juicy." But then,
Yeah.
you know, it was like, and then Ryan getting back with Rachel, it's like you don't
Right.
want like Ryan, don't fuck up. Like I said last week, I was like,
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
think he's a
I was
fuck
rooting
boy.
for-
And then also
Yeah.
like I don't think you would put yourself in a position
Right.
like that. So and then also like today on Instagram, Ryan put a post up like with him and Rachel, like yeah, we're good, just in case, yeah.
They taking.
I know, yep. Oh,
They
yeah, I
taking
think we got it
trips.
up there. Like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
we're gonna stay good. So I guess it
We
was
good.
just
We out of town.
drunkenness, camera
with
tricks,
our
and things
comments
like
off.
that.
Yeah, I'm in LA. I'm in
She was
LA.
like,
I was like,
Yeah.
hey,
You
I live on
know.
the other side of
Well,
it.
I have to
Right.
ask you a very, very, very tough question. So okay, there is history with 4.
With 4?
Yeah, there's a romantic history before we already know about. Is there any romantic prior history with Ryan that you could tell us about that kind of made that flirt come about?
Yes.
There is.
Yes.
Are they
can't
really
tell
best
you.
friends in real life?
Wait, huh?
You know, they're definitely, it's just, I'm not going to lie, it's just kind of messy.
I know how things can get messy in those family situations, trust me. Like, I've had friends that like me, then I'm introduced to a homegirl, so because I'm not ready to give
Right.
up the butt, they holler at the homegirl ends up messing with them, we all end up cool.
But you know,
like,
I
I've been
also
in
think,
situations like that.
I've been in situations
But I
like
wanted
that.
you to get the opportunity to clarify for
Right.
anybody who's watching.
I mean, what they have going on, Ryan and 4, like, you know, their friendship, their outside relationships, Ryan and Rachel's relationships, you know, I feel like none of that has anything to do with me.
Right.
You know, I'm my own person, and
A single woman.
I'm a single woman,
Listen.
and I've done, you know, like I said, I've been around these men for years, and we've gone through here and back, and it goes much deeper, which you guys will see. You know, I can't really speak on anybody else's dynamic, but what you guys are gonna see from me in tonight's episode and throughout is just authentic, you
Right.
know. So
Okay.
I'm gonna have to deal with so many different opinions from here and there and there and
Yes.
there and there. But it's my truth, you know what I mean?
Right, and life
it is
happens.
what it is.
Life
right.
happens.
And I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, me growing up as well, like, I was a tomboy. I had nothing but guy friends.
Right.
So I know what it's like being in a situation where it's like you're the homie, you're the homegirl.
Yes.
Then you have a few guy friends, and they're like, "Oh, what's up, homegirl?"
Yep.
And you're like, "Oh," but you know, and I totally understand it. So I was like, I get where Kat's coming from because I'm always in those situations because I'm the tomboy with all the guy friends.
And I've literally, let me tell you, I'm gonna say that. That's the thing I am gonna say because I've literally, and especially like I've been the ugly duckling, little buck teeth, you know.
Girl,
but like
please,
you
you're
grow up
beautiful.
and you grow in that, you're
Beautiful.
talented and you're working and you're growing into your looks and everything.
I get it.
So it's like I've dealt with that, and I feel like I moved to LA to kind of start fresh, and then with me going back to Chicago, you know, to fix things or whatever, it was just like a new thing. Like I'm not doing this tomboy French no more. Like if you want to get with me, you know,
That's right.
You're gonna step up.
Right,
No,
exactly.
literally, like when I
So-
watch the episode, I'm like, I can relate to Kat so much because I'm like, I've been in these situations because
Yeah.
I'm the girl with all the homies.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like, as a tomboy homegirl, you got to let them know, like, no,
Yeah.
we're not the
I
cool
feel like they play
brother,
more
sister.
games
Yeah.
or take more advantage
Right.
because there's already a relationship built
Yes.
there. There's
Yeah,
already
and as a
somebody-
girl, like when you got a soft spot for men like that, you think that, you know, like, oh, I don't know, like
Right.
Yeah.
you just have a soft spot for men like that, so you're not
But
gonna.
men
And, like,
love
that
women
doesn't
who
matter.
are down to earth. Like
Right.
men
Yes.
love bougie, flossy females too, but they love a woman who's down to
Yeah.
earth. That they feel like
Yes.
she could just wear her hair pulled back and put her sweats on and be just
The
as
homie
sexy,
and
Yeah.
kick it and
Yeah.
chill.
just as confident.
But it
Exactly.
gets,
But
it
they
gets,
get
it gets
too
us in
chill.
trouble.
Yeah,
It gets
yeah,
the tomboys
too
in
chill
trouble.
with the
Most of the
It
time,
does.
the guy,
Too.
all the guys want the tomboy.
They do.
So
They
that's
do.
what gets you in trouble. It's like it's not my fault. Y'all want
And then
me.
their
Like,
That's
girlfriends
so
get
true.
upset, and you're like, I don't want your man. You
right.
don't want
Y'all
me.
mad about me. Can take these
I can't help it that I
Yeah.
have sneakers and I'm cute.
Yeah.
So that's what I
Right.
was just trying to step out of. Like, I'm not going to do the whole let you slide and let you keep pursuing. Because when you let them slide and when you keep quiet, then that turns them on even more and makes them want to pursue you more on the low. So it's like, you know, I'm not doing that. I'm now a public figure. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to just stand for any low key or any messy sideway relations. Like, forget that. You know what I mean?
I like that.
And you got a new boo, so you got to nurture, you know.
Exactly.
Hey, but
Exactly.
damn, was he mad when he saw? Was he mad?
Well, me and him had literally just started dating. I'm talking about 2 weeks before.
Like you
Back
can't, you
then-
can't say anything.
Yeah,
Yet, period.
And he
Right.
made it very clear, you know, before I came back to Chicago that we were friends. We had something
Okay.
good going on, and he was like my rock. You know, he was the person I would tell about this crazy, like, oh, so and so sent me flowers. You know what I mean? And he would laugh with me.
Right.
So he made it very clear that we were friends when I came back, and we, you know, just recently started talking about taking things more serious. So 'cause I'm a Taurus. I'm a very loyal person. I would never
Right.
disrespect. But this whole season, I'm a single woman. I'm acting like a
right,
single
girl.
woman.
Right. Get your
and
life,
I wasn't
right?
accounting for any relationship.
living your
you know?
best life. And that's
Yeah.
what's important.
There was
Thank
one
you.
downside to the Lake House event.
Dun, dun, dun.
Charmaine lost her job, dog.
Oh, man.
Charmaine said she strolled in there looking like she left the trap house.
She did.
Shout
She
out
looked
to
so
Charmaine.
Shout out to
hurt.
Charmaine.
She looked so
But you know what I
hurt.
love though? Because Charmaine's like, no, I'm just gonna have one drink. I'm gonna be
Right,
early.
right. She had the
And I was
gallon, like,
Right. We were
'cause I'm
both like,
I'm
Yo,
like,
we
you
were
know,
really
with the-
trying to make sure that she made it. I'm talking about we were trying to rock her to sleep.
Right.
Like literally. Like
I love
oh,
the montage where they like,
Yeah.
and Daniel's like, wait, you don't remember us trying to put you to
Yes.
sleep? And you show her,
like
she's
trying to
like,
pull her
I don't
into
gotta
I know.
sleep. I'm like,
No, but I don't know if they showed it or not, but I was literally like cuddled up with her, like holding her hand. We were trying to rock that girl to sleep, but Charmaine is a wild, like
I love her.
I love her.
I
We
love
gotta
her
kick
too.
it.
She's
She gotta
awesome.
come back
she
to
knew
LA.
better, yeah, but she knew better herself. She wasn't only gonna have one drink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
she's
knew
like,
better.
I'm gonna go to bed. I was like, no, you with a group
Yeah.
of people.
You should have probably just not
I
gone.
was like, Charmaine, you gonna turn up, which I love.
Right.
I was like, you're
Right.
probably not gonna make that brunch in the morning.
Right. she was like, let me just get my bacon. Y'all know,
Right,
I
that was
need something on my
hilarious to me.
stomach.
Yeah.
fell out. Sandy was like, forget that bacon. It's time to go. Like,
Right.
What
girl,
I-
I was like,
also,
oh,
what I
okay.
loved about you guys being in the lake house, like Kat came through and she was like, all right, let's fix these relationships. Then she's like, all right, day 2, Van, Ryan, let's
let's
go.
Oh, that was the best.
That was
Whose
pretty good.
idea?
That was
That
the
was that
best.
your idea or Dawn's?
No,
or
it
y'all
was my idea. It was
Yes.
definitely my idea.
Great idea.
And then me and Don came together like the camp counselors.
I love it.
You know, like camp, and we like, okay, we're gonna have them do this. Like they didn't show that part, but me and Don like in the back talking about it.
And
We
listen-
find the gloves or whatever,
planning it.
like. And it was just so perfect. Like that was, and especially being like from Chicago.
Yes,
and
girl.
People don't do that no more. Like fight
Yes,
it out.
that's
Put
what I
on
was about to
gloves.
say.
Fight it
that
out.
You
aggression
guys, I commend you guys because the city you're from, these kids need y'all. You know they're looking up to y'all right now. You know they're
Yep.
watching this. They're probably watching this right now, and they're looking up to you guys. You guys are there new heroes and celebrities, they're gonna want to be like you guys. So for you guys to set the example that you can get your aggression out without the killing, without the the gun violence and all that stuff, and just old school fighting it out.
Exactly, like that's exactly what you say. Old school fighting it out. Like my daddy is super old school, and my dad, like just growing up, I remember hearing him talk about it. He was like, Cat, we'll be, or not Katrina, we'll be at these bars, fighting and blah blah blah, and like just next day, just what's up, and to us young people, it's like, oh really, because we don't see that anymore.
Right.
So for me to know that Ryan and Van had such aggression with each other, real aggression, they had real issues, but they fought it out, and when they sat on the couch and just dapped it out, like it's love.
Oh my God.
That was
it's
so
legit
dope.
love.
I teared up a little bit, like when they were like, put your hands in, and they started hugging and they sat on the couch. I was like. I was like, all right, Kat. I was like, all right, Kat, I see you. Like, bring relationships back together. I thought that was the most amazing thing because you guys started off as a family, and that's what real friends do. Either we box it out, we debate it out, and we good.
Right.
Let's get back to this money.
But who do you think won, though?
Who do you think won? Because we know what they showed us on the screen. Like Van stopped.
Was bad.
I think
Ryan was fucking him though. Like,
Ryan was
Ryan,
ready.
he ain't
They both got some
soft.
hits in.
Yeah, he got his
I think
in
if
too,
it was a
but-
boxing fight, like a real match, I think the Van would have won.
Yeah.
Right.
Just looking
I
at
was
it.
like, ooh, that last hit when they started
that
going
got-
out, that was like,
Ryan was shook. He was like, all right.
Ryan looked
Mike
dizzy.
getting knocked out for real.
But I love that. Like, when you guys first approached them, were they open to it, or did it take you guys a lot?
Let me tell you what they didn't show. So,
Okay.
because,
Yes.
the way to ease it in, I'm not going to say put the gloves on and fight. The way that happened, we got the gloves, and to warm everybody up, I put the gloves on. And I'm like, all right, yo, we finna fight this out. Cobra, I got you first.
Okay.
So I fought Cobra, right? And I'm just, they're pulling me to the corners, and Junior's like, all right, Kat, you got this. You sure you got this? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I got it. So I'm jumping up and down. Me and Cobra fighting. Cobra's hitting me like slow motion, just
Is she really hitting you, or she's
she wasn't going too hard on
Right.
me, but one of her hits was like a shockwave,
Right.
and she's doing it over and over. So I laughed that off, and I think after me and her got that fight out the way, everybody was like, all right, cool. Because then we got Don and Ford to fight, and then Ryan and Van. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I had to
You
ease
broke
them
the
into it.
ice. I like
Yeah.
it. You just are going Cobra.
Yeah, I did. She had me. She fully had me, but
Yes.
it's cool.
I was wondering. I was like, did they get them like easily, or did they? And I love that they actually did it. They hugged it out. They talked it out on the couch, and that's brothers. Like,
How funny was Dawn with the whole karate?
Oh my
I was like, he is hilarious.
Don is so funny.
That's amazing. But Dawn had his shirt off, and that wasn't a good thing apparently.
Now, I don't think
Let's
it was
get
a
to-
big deal. Like,
It
I'm around my
wasn't.
homies. Like, if one of my homies takes his shirt off, I'm not like, ooh, girl, it's our chance to look at his chest. Like,
Right.
you probably seen him take his shirt off 1,000
Right.
times in so many scenarios.
I felt like
That's
they
just
should have
like-
played the Jaws music. As the girls
Because
were pulling
listen,
up.
They definitely
everything
should.
is
Yes.
everything is
Yes.
peaceful. Everything is going
It's
good.
beautiful.
And then out of
Nine Bag
nowhere.
is back.
all of a sudden,
Here comes
Jaws music.
Ashley investigating.
Yeah.
Guess what I found,
And
girl?
I knew as soon as she said we got the address,
The address.
I knew it was
I
all
said, why is
Ashley.
Ashley hanging out with
knew
Nikki?
it.
See, this is why they be fighting now.
Yeah. And
Because she in this email looking for.
And
I
would
would
say-
put you in the middle of it,
Nah.
but we
Yeah.
us, we here.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would say
Y'all feel me?
usually with guys, it's like, don't tell me who my friend can be, things like that. But like
Exactly.
with Ashley, it's like that's the guy that you don't want your girl to be friends with her.
No.
You know what I mean? Like your
Yeah.
guy would be like,
She's
can't
going
be friends
to-
with her. You need to respect her.
Because she's definitely
She's crazy and
gonna
gonna get
bring
you in
her
some
drama.
stuff.
She's just
Yes.
gonna give your girl the wrong advice.
Exactly.
And so
And get
now
your
she
girl on
has
some mess.
Nikki super turned. Like, guess what, girl? We can pull up. And we know from
Turned.
previous
Right.
episodes that she loves to pull up in the middle of a great time.
And we know she's a
Is
little.
she really as dramatic as we like? Is this a good?
I'm gonna try I'm gonna think about it like this. Well,
Okay.
every time I met Ashley, every time I've been around her, she's such a sweetheart.
I believe it.
Such a
I believe
sweetheart,
she can be
right?
sweet.
Right.
But I think what it all boils down to, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm the same way. I think what it boils down to is like a kind of a too close for comfort thing.
Okay.
Like you want to trip with somebody you used to smash. I don't care if it was a year ago or 5 years ago. You want to trip with them. So to her defense, because I would be the same way. Like I don't give a damn. Like if you're gonna do this, you lucky I'm letting you go. But if
Right.
you're gonna go, you better, So I think it's just one of those too close for comfort things. Granted, she didn't have anything to worry about then, you know, but I can't say that I might not have spazzed. I might not have did the most to go find the address and pull up.
Do you think she was wrong for that? You think that was just doing too much? Or you think because you think Nikki was pissed enough and you sending her flowers was enough excuse to be like, nah, we finna pill up because he's out there with her right now. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if I was somebody's girl and I knew he was away at a log cabin in the woods, all romantic and snowing.
With a girl that he just sent flowers with.
But what I like what Kat said, Kat was like, if I was Nikki, I would never let another bitch see me sweat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like at the end of the day,
because
it's all
it
about
was him that sent
Right.
the flowers.
It's all about insecurities and jealousy. And I get that you and 4 used to date, but I look at it like, okay, they actually work together. They're friends. What he did was effed up. When he come back, I'm gonna get his ass. I'm not gonna pull up with 3 chicks randomly in the cabin. I know everybody's different.
Right.
You feel me? And I'm not gonna let this other girl see me worried.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him when he get back though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think I just have a different perspective because I'm older now. Because I'm thinking about it like
That's
college
what I'm
days. I was like, you
thinking.
know what? I probably would have done the same
In
thing.
college, yes, I would have been in there
I would've
throwing
pulled up.
drinks,
I
like
was
doing
getting
all
ready to
that.
say, I was
Like,
gonna say I can't be mad at Nikki though because she was. It's almost like it's like 2 female lioness, right? And it's just like here's the prey in the middle. It's just like. You know you're trying me, like you know. But even though your man sent me those flowers, like you know you sent them back to me. So it's like if
But
if
last
the ego,
season you put your hands on me.
True.
And this
Thank
is my.
you.
This
That's
is
where
my,
I was at. That's
the
why
truth.
I'm like that's
Very
where I was
true.
with
You
at
feel me?
with it. Like everybody can talk about like, oh, that was petty disrespect, but
Nope.
I felt like last season or because
Yep.
that was
That
the
was
last time I
petty,
saw
what
Nikki.
she did as
You know what
well.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And
So it's
that's-
like there is no respect
It's no
lines. It was
respect.
petty what she did,
Right.
so I'm gonna be petty back.
And
Like
if-
I don't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
My man sending you flowers. It's like you put your hands on me
sorry.
last season, and I get that she was mad at 4 when she came in, but don't come at
Don't come at me. That's how I felt.
And she said you could have threw them away. I would have been like, but your man.
But you
sent
needed to know.
me-
It's like,
Don't you know what
okay,
he did?
you should understand why she sent them back to you. You
Exactly.
should not take it out on her. You should
just
be
saying.
approaching your man. Now, I understand why she bopped him over the head. Like, are you
Oh, he
sending her
would've got
flowers?
it.
Right.
I
Why you
feel
sending
her on that
flowers?
part. I
But
feel
the
her on
attack
that.
on you, I think you handled that very well. Like, well, I'm putting it out there. Like, your man sent me flowers. Deal with him.
You're
Like,
welcome.
Why do you want to deal with me? You know? And I don't know if it's like an age thing because I know she's
I think
young
it is
and it
an
might
age
be a
thing.
new
'Cause I'm not gonna
experience.
lie. Like I'm telling you, when I was, and she's a little younger too.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
she's a few years younger. But when I was that age, especially when I was in college, I done been kicked out of so many clubs in college, like dragged out by security for throwing drinks on him and her
Right.
and all that. You know what I mean? I really think it's an age thing. But
Yeah.
now I'm like, ain't nobody gonna have me pressed. Like
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, I think once
It
you
was
go
enough
through
to
it,
turn
you know,
up about. I'm not
yeah.
mad at her for turning up,
Yeah,
but
she
I
hasn't
think
gotten that out yet. Like
Right.
this is her time to do
Yeah,
all of that. So we're looking at
exactly.
it like, okay, we've been there, done it already. So we're like,
Right.
girl, why you
We're
turning up so
older.
much? Yeah, we're
Yeah.
like,
Like,
you shouldn't
damn.
be doing that. But like, this
Right.
is her time to have those moments
Yeah.
and then
Right.
lash out and then
Exactly.
Because everybody's
later.
going,
Yeah.
everybody been there.
Everybody.
You know?
I definitely would have been. It'd have been on my mind like they're at that lake house together. What's going on? And I definitely would have been upset. But I think, like we said, she should have focused it.
I would have got his ass.
So
Like,
what happened? She charged at you when she fell.
Yeah.
Kat was like, I'm out.
See, God got your back because He knew you
God
ain't
got my
deserve
back.
that.
I'm telling you, y'all don't even know how many situations I done been in this season, whatever, but God got me. And I pray a lot before I go into some of these situations.
You should. as
And
you
I
should.
always come out, you know, like,
Because
but
she,
yeah.
she tripped and you were like, all right, I'm out. You're like,
Yeah.
please
And
get her
didn't
out of
her-
Like for
Helped
me,
you out
it's
too,
like
right?
I'm gonna fight over things. Like you gotta be angry to fight. You know what I mean? Like I'll fight over things I'm passionate about. Like if my emotions are worked up, I'll fight. But I'm not gonna fight over something I don't give two shits about.
And I love that. You're like, all right, get her out of here. Let's Cobra walked you out. You're like, let's just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't worth it to fight because she's angry.
Right.
And she
Right.
needs to
Yeah.
release
She's
that
got
anger.
that passion and stuff, but my
Yeah.
passion and my anger don't match yours. So you're not about to just beat my ass, because you know what I mean.
She over here, Ashley yelling at Dawn.
I don't think Nine Mag would have let
Yeah.
that happen though.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Like they formed like a wall in front of me.
Right.
Nice.
You know, so
Yeah.
I didn't really have to do too much. I'm like,
That's what's up.
She went in there
yeah,
raging.
she was
Did you think
raging.
that Ashley was making too much of a big deal about Dawn's shirt being off? Like she
Let
kind
me
of
tell
took
you,
that moment and made
I didn't
that
even
about
notice
her.
because listen, Nikki came in so turned, and that was all. Y'all don't notice. Donna and Ashley was in a whole other room. We didn't know they
Right.
was in there having their heart to heart.
He just
So we
gave
out
me-
here, and it's so much going on out here. They in there getting into it, but nobody saw that. Ashley come out. Hey, Kat. What's up, girl? I'm like, hey, girl. She's like,
So nobody
like,
knew.
just
Because
smiling.
I seen her sitting on the couch next to you guys
Right, yeah,
when Nikki kind of
afterwards,
charged at
yeah.
you. So I was like, okay, so maybe
I didn't see Ashley. I saw just red, just like all over. I didn't see Ashley.
Right.
Ashley came on. I swear she grabbed my. She was just smiling. Hey, cat. Hey, girl. You look cute. I'm like, you look cute too. And then she.
Oh, she clearly has a few screws loose.
Yeah.
When you can be that mad at somebody,
And then be like,
and then you
hey,
turn it off like,
It's
hey,
a her and
girl.
Dawn
It's like-
thing. I'm telling you, it's like
Yeah.
a codependency,
Yeah,
it
emotionally.
is.
Like, let's let our emotions out with each other. But Dawn is trying. Like, Dawn
Don't really is
gives
trying.
his life to Christ, gets saved, and then he
Exactly.
deals with her like, baby, listen.
Yeah.
There's nothing. This ain't about me this week.
Right?
You know what I love about this season? I feel like you guys are opening up a little bit more. Like we're learning a lot more about you guys' backstories.
Yes.
I like that Dawn
Right.
was able to say,
Yeah.
like, you know, I looked at my mom and dad fighting, and I thought it was okay to punch a wall. And I just love that you guys are like
Right.
Great
growing
point.
up and
Yeah.
realizing things.
And that's
Great
what
point.
TV does. Like, you're able to see, because I'm literally like a hot-headed Taurus. Like, you know what I mean? You can't tell me nothing. I think I'm right all the time. But then to see your actions back, it's like you kind of got to learn from it.
Yeah.
You know, you get to see yourselves in compromising situations.
Wise
So-
people do. Wise people do.
Yeah.
And that's just a part of life, like self-evaluation. Like,
Exactly.
you got to
Other
be
people just keep
accountable for
turning
your
up.
stuff at some point.
Yep.
You know?
you guys are growing. I love it.
Thank you.
love it. I just love where everybody is. And aside from the Nikki fight, I understand her aggression.
Right.
She hasn't really learned how to handle those situations yet, but she will. But, you know, and I understand why she's mad. But aside from that moment, it was such a relief to see all of you guys back on the same
Yeah.
page.
It was great.
Shout out to me.
So shout out
Just
to
playing.
you.
No, but for real though, you did that.
Yeah, like you got them together.
Yes.
Get their anger out and
Took them
everything.
to a house
so-
and you guys turned up, had a good time. And it's like you guys kind of left the drama in the past. Even though it
Yeah.
was only for a few days, but you guys were like, let's just turn up. Junior was there, Cobra was there, you guys embraced them. You came
Right.
back from
Right.
LA. Besides the fighting part, but everything else was
Yeah.
like, yo, we good.
Right.
For now.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can only assume that Ryan is going to have some explaining to do next week.
Oh yeah.
You guys have any predictions for next week?
Ooh.
What's going to happen when
Well-
Nikki meets Ford? So we see that Ford sends her flowers, but it's like, why would you send me to redo on some shit that you already did for somebody else?
The same flower. But it sucks that she went there instead of her looking at the situation and
That's-
embracing what her man is actually trying
Yeah.
to do. Yes, I'm gonna beat his ass, but I wouldn't have. I don't know.
That's the
I'm
youth
just
again.
different.
That's the
like-
youth again.
I'm
though.
different. I'm
Yeah.
not thinking
But I
about.
think it's the youth again because
It
I feel
is
like
youth.
I've been in that situation like
Right.
someone was trying to apologize to me and I felt like it was similar to something else and like oh so you're gonna so it's the
Exactly, I
immaturities.
agree.
You know,
I'm
not
not
to
gonna
say
lie, I
that
agree.
that Nikki
Yes.
is immature, but she's young.
She's young
and she
girl.
has to go through these growing pains
Yes.
and experience those things. So you're
Yes.
like I at her age would have reacted the same way.
Yes.
Yes.
A little older, I'm like, oh, okay, he's trying, he's apologizing.
And it's all a learning
right.
experience, and I'm sure she's gonna look back and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, damn,
Right.
what was I doing?" Like maybe a few years from now, when
Yeah, I'm so thankful I was not on TV in college or
Yes,
coming out of
say that.
college. Like,
Social
Girl,
media.
listen, I ain't going to tell my
Social
real
media,
age because I'm
that's
only
what I
25.
exactly, I'm happy that
But
we were not like
They didn't have social media back then. Like, there was
Yeah.
nothing for me to embarrass myself on
just Black
publicly.
Planet and MySpace.
I was too young. I was like, I'm not getting no Black Planet. That's what the aunties be. Like, the aunties be on Black Planet. Like,
Because I'm 21, so I don't know about Black Planet. or
meeting on
MySpace.
somebody
I don't
on
know
the
what you're- yeah, I
internet
know
was
what you're talking about.
unheard of. Like,
I found my first love on Black Planet.
Yes,
Girl,
Black Planet.
And I'm only 26.
girl was
so.
terrible.
Black Planet was. I'm just saying, Black Planet
You
was,
was
the
on that
MySpace
at
was the
14.
age.
I was on it. I was. And my username was like something cat baby 17.
Yes.
And my brother was like, she got 17 on her username. She 14. And I was like, my birthday the 17th.
Yeah,
Remember
sometimes I'll be
when
at-
lying about your age was a big deal? Like, you
It
was
was,
14,
right?
and you would say
Yes.
you were 16.
Yes.
Like, that shit made a
Did you
difference.
guys ever have the party line?
I was just about to say that, but I didn't want to date myself. I was like, we ain't gonna talk about the
Okay,
party
I
line.
think-
had a party
I think I
line.
just dated myself. I dated that. So the party line was like the Tinder, Bumble back in the day.
God, the
But
party
literally
line
people
was
would
the
just call
shit.
in a number, be on a damn party line
can't
on the
stand you
phone.
right now.
And I remember me and my friends used to make up the dumbest names. And I used to be like, my name is Fried Chicken Asia. Like,
I think it was
mad
like
dumb.
candy or something like that. It was simple,
Right.
but I'm like, this
The party
candy.
line,
yeah,
right?
Shout out to Richard. Hey, we got Richard in the
You
building.
be fighting
Right.
people you've never met before on the
Right.
party
My
line.
friend actually met some guy on there, and he was like a sugar daddy
Oh.
to her for some time. He sent her like the touchscreen iPod when it first came out.
Okay.
God.
Oh, I ain't get that on the party
I
line.
wasn't doing something right.
Yeah, me either.
Together, and they have
What?
kids.
And then Party line?
Yeah.
In case you guys are wondering who this voice in the room is, this is Richard. This is Kat's assistant. He will be appearing.
Oh, we showing him on camera.
Yeah.
You guys
It's like they're showing you on camera.
He will be making appearances on this season, and when he comes, you guys have to come back because listen,
You
this
guys
was
have
such
to.
a great
Richard will give y'all all the
experience.
tea.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You gotta book me.
We bringing Richard back.
Listen, you guys are welcome to come back anytime you want and review any episode with us you want. It doesn't have to be around the cat drama.
Y'all close, so come on back with us.
Bring a bigger bottle.
Yeah.
What are we doing? This is for
They making fun of our bottles.
this is yours. We're
Okay.
saving this for you. I'm so mad you didn't have a cup.
Well, we don't want to get too
Let's
lit
just
while
say-
we're doing this.
Can
I
it-
will say, like,
Right.
I'm feeling it already.
I'm about to say, are you feeling
Don't
your
clown
I'm
our
feeling
bottle.
nice. So shout out to the people who are coming for us
still have
on
to be
Cat Live.
professional.
Yes.
We don't want to. We still have to do a show.
Yes.
So we got the little bottle. We got the young bottle.
Yep.
Don't come for us.
Well, yeah, we
got
can't
jobs
get
to
too
do.
drunk.
We gotta still work.
Cat, is there anything? Tell us where your tattoo shop is. You're in LA. We're in LA. You
Yes.
need that business, girl.
Right now, I'm
on.
working at Under the Gun Tattoo. It's
Okay.
an amazing shop. The artists that I'm working with I'm learning so much from them. It's right in Hollywood on Melrose. So yeah, holler at me there.
Say the name
I'm
again.
coming.
Under the Gun Tattoo.
So
We're
you
coming.
guys go
Yes.
see
Shout out
Cat
to
at
Chente
Under the Gun
and
Tattoo
Tyson.
and get you a Cat Tat special tattoo.
Yes.
The head lady at Nine Mag, even though she's not there, they still love
I'm there
her
in
like
spirit.
she's
First lady.
Yes. Is there anything you want to tell us? Anything you want to talk about before we wrap up the interview? Because we're running out of time. But
I'm trying to think. I can't really
Anything
think of
coming up?
anything.
yeah.
I got a lot of stuff coming up this year. I'm having my next big art show. I had my first LA art show last December. I'm having the next one this November.
nice.
Yeah, I'm just out here. I'm just trying to expand the brand and just I don't know.
I love it. No,
So-
keep
You
getting
working,
it.
booked and busy.
One thing that we always say about you is that you are about your business. You're
Yes.
very progressive.
Thank you.
You're not afraid to step out on your own like you showed last season. I'm going to go upstairs while y'all figure out whatever this drama
Right.
is going on
Yeah.
with you. So we commend you on that for
Thank
being a
you so
boss
much.
chick.
I really
For
appreciate
you
it.
guys coming up and getting this show and having this achievement as the head tattoo artist in Chicago. We want to commend you guys.
Thank you.
And you are welcome back to review and come in here
Girl.
and kiki with us any day, girl.
Y'all can
Yes.
both come back
This
and
was a
hang out
great
with us.
episode. Okay.
Thank you so much. I'm glad
Yes.
you guys think so.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Great season, and you're doing
Cheers.
your thing. And
Definitely.
So one more cheers to this
Yes.
amazing episode that we had. We hope we gave you fans what you wanted.
Yeah,
and
this
until
was
the
very
next
fun.
time.
No,
Yes.
we're like
I told
so
you it was
serious.
fun.
You guys
Time out, though. Y'all got to
You-
drink when you cheers.
Oh,
It's bad
I
luck.
have nothing, I have nothing left.
Well, I do.
Sorry.
Until next time, and the Hennessy is running out. So on that note, I'm your girl, Carmen Cameron. You can find me on Instagram at Carmen Cameron.
Cat tat.
Yep. Find her at Cat Tat.
My bad.
I'm Elle Marie. You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Elle Marie TV.
I'm Nakia Monet, drinking Hennessy, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom. And make sure you check out Kat's Tattoo Shop. Pay her a visit, get some dope tats. And thank you guys for kicking us with us in the live chat.
Yes, and we will see you guys next week to find out how Four explains herself out of this and what
Ciao.
Ryan has to say
Dun,
about the
dun,
IMC.
dun.
Until next time, we'll see you guys next Wednesday, 10 p.m.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, you still Mike.
Oh.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.